Hi guys, CeeChronicles here, back again with another fragrance video. If you're here for the very first time, I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it if you did consider joining us by subscribing. To those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Now, welcome to today's video. The entire Lattafas in my collection rated. I'm going to start with number 10s, going to the least favorites, which are going to be on number 1 position. These 10 out of 10 qualified because one, they're blind buy safe. 2, they smell more expensive than what you actually pay for. 3, they make great gifts. They are crafted to perfection. So Lean is here, guys. It's off the latest Lattafa Pride collection. A very smooth and mango and peach apricot kind of concoction there with your osmanthus. Gorgeous fragrance. If you're looking to gift somebody, something for Christmas, this is one that I would absolutely recommend. The next one is going to be Rave now. Okay, this one says women. If you love the marshmallow candy creamy mixed with strawberries, this one is gonna do it for you guys. Another one that made it to my favorites, guys, is Ameed, and this one is the leather. Very few people talk about this fragrance, guys, but it's all about the juniper berry and the leather. They're very nice crispy fragrance that lasts an eternity. The next one that I classed as the top favorites is going to be Nasheed, for the very reason, guys, that this one is a Nishani Ani dupe. It is a fragrance that is going to save you a lot of coins if you're looking at purchasing something within the same vein. Nasheed is a gorgeous fragrance, guys. Next one is going to be Winner's Trophy. I do not have this one in full size because, guys, I've got Lattafas overflowing. I love this fragrance, guys. Beautiful, crisp, fruity, floral there, unisex as well, so anybody can absolutely wear this one. The next one is going to be Higher, a crisp champagne fragrance mixed with some strawberries there. If you like that type of thing, feminine leaning, it does have florals, especially the jasmine that speaks the most there at the dry down, as well as a rose. Great gift as well and great presentation if you've seen the bottle for this one. And some gold is here because it is just your easy, rich, beautiful Oriana or Love Don't Be Shy kind of inspiration. So I absolutely love this one. Awaan also made it, guys, on top 10, and this one is your powdery rose scent there that is mature, a floral that any grown woman would absolutely appreciate. Another one that made it is going to be this one, drawing inspiration from their already overly used oud mood, DNA, but of course, refined there with the apple note to give it a punch of some fruits. So this one does have Middle Eastern traces, but it's a beautiful crispy fragrance that is unisex as well. Vintage Radio, this is a paragon by Initio's inspiration, and you are absolutely going to love that if you love niche fragrances. Another one that did make it on number 10 is Beri Al Oud, a beautiful lychee, fruity, floral there with some spices, also some apple here. Absolutely love this one. To cap it off on the 10s, the ones that made it 10 out of 10 is gonna be Camera. Camera is here, guys, for reasons that are quite obvious. It is a beautiful fragrance, guys, a mix of a lot of spices. They're Christmassy to my nose and I absolutely love it. So let us move on to the ones that I have put on my number 9. On the number 9, and the deciding factor for these fragrances to be on number 9, guys, is you actually have to be in a certain mood to want to wear. For instance, Nebras is a very chocolate forward fragrance, something that I may not want to reach out for every day, in as much as I like the craftsmanship that went into this one. The next one, guys, is Afaq, a fragrance that is in the same vein as Rouge Malachi. This one would never disappoint, and I thought to put it here on our number 9. Sondos, if you like your orange, your caramel, that sort of thing, this is your quintessential feminine bold scent there with a lasting power that is amazing, guys. And then you know how much I love Beri Al Oud Ameed, guys. This is a fragrance I don't joke with. The next one I thought to drop in the number 9 category is going to be Rave now, and this is the black one, Pineapple Bomb, perfect for summer. This is one that I don't have to think about, and is just a delight. It's a fragrance that you cannot fault. The next one is going to be this one. This one is going to give you, I think it's got strawberry, raspberry, lychee, even a lot of berries in this fragrance. So it is tropical in nature and sweet and very lovable. It is called Sakina. Another one that I had to drop on 9th position is a fragrance, guys, that is composed of a beautiful cinnamon note there, as well as something that is chocolatey. I just love the uniqueness of this fragrance. Followed by Rave Now, the white one. I do not joke with this one. This is here, guys, because it's a citrus with a difference. So it did actually topple most of the citruses that I have here on the lineup to sit at the number 9. If you love pineapple, just like the pineapple in Rave Now, you're gonna love this one. The only difference is this one has got like a woody, spicy kick. Another one that I absolutely love is Awaan. I have recommended this fragrance, guys, to a lot of you guys out there. This is a citrus in the same vein as the Coco Mademoiselle, but the one that is a frosted, and this one's called Awaan. Muna is a perfect fruity floral. This one, guys, just screams feminine to my nose, sweet, juicy, with wafts of what feels like a rose. And it's definitely one fragrance that I don't need anyone to convince me to wear this fragrance, guys. I absolutely love the DNA of this fragrance. And rounding off on 9th position is going to be Mocha Silky Rose, a fragrance I always talk about. It's sherbety, it's girly, it's beautiful. It just has a comforting appeal to it. So now we move on to the ones that made it on position number 8. The reason behind putting these fragrances on number 8, guys, is all of them have striking qualities. All of them have a uniqueness that makes them stand out. For instance, Yara, the original, guys, is going to give you creamy, boozy, everything there, strawberry, all the nice stuff. This one is on our number 8 because it's beautiful and it's unique. Next one that made it is Ana Abieta Poudre, simply because it is one of those that are perfumey, and it's a fragrance that I felt, no, I cannot elevate to number 10, but I cannot again demote to below number 8. So this one is one that you may need to check out. It's very feminine to the nose there. Another one with an outstanding note there that makes it feel a bit licoricey to my nose, even Coca-Cola-ish or boozy as well, is going to be Mocha, the original. I absolutely love this one, guys. This one is a Royal Sapphire from the Lattafa Pride Collection, the original Lattafa Pride Collection. I love that it's got wafts of Baccarat Rouge 540 without necessarily being a Baccarat Rouge 540 outright inspiration. This one is Wazir. We all need a little bit of some butterscotch in our lives. This is why Wazir is here. Next up, guys, Mahashan Gold, a sticky, sweet, burnt sugar, weird type of fragrance, but I just love it for that uniqueness. And then the next one that made it to our number 8 is going to be Ajwa. Ajwa is here because it does put emphasis on that date note, and it is done beautifully, guys. Ansem Silver is also in that lineup on the 8th position in terms of favorites, guys. This is just your citrusy, bergamot forward fragrance with some spices there, masculine leaning to an extent, and I just cannot fault it. A bit in the same vein as a Zaro Wanted Night for men. Rum's Gold is here because of its lasting power, guys. This one will last till the next couple of washes. Expect a cocktail, a host of a lot of fruits there, sticky even to an extent. The next one is going to be this one, guys. I did not manage to buy Eternal Oud in its full bottle because, like I said, I do have a gazillion fragrances out there, but I absolutely love Eternal Oud. And then Qiam Silver, if you love your grapefruit mixed with your ginger there, spicy, this one's going to do it for you. The last one that I dropped at number 8 in terms of rating is going to be Shard. This one speaks for itself, guys. Just look at the dent there. Number 7 is a group of fragrances that deserved to be on that position because I probably do not reach or would not reach for them on the daily, but I still love them nonetheless. And Bayan is one of those that made it to the 7th position. This is in the same vein, guys, as Ombre Nomade by Louis Vuitton, but it is like a lighter interpretation to my nose. I love this one. Le Collections, the Antique 1910 of their new Lattafa Pride collection. I haven't done a full review of this, but it's definitely coming in due course. All I can say about it is it's a masculine leaning fragrance. It has twists and turns there. I'm still trying to get this one to get to its full potential in terms of maceration, but I did feel it is a high quality fragrance, enough for it to take 7th position in terms of rating. This is a Tharwah, the gold one, inspired by YSL's Leap Intense. Absolutely recommended to anybody who's crazy about that Leap Intense DNA on steroids. Oud Mood Elixir. I love my elixir. This is a cinnamon together with some leather there. Some people absolutely hate this fragrance, but I adore this fragrance. It's Hala Royal Blends. I love this spicy fragrance, but I must say this one has got Middle Eastern traces to it. Breeze landed on 7th position in terms of rating, guys, because this one has got that Hugo Bossy type of situation going on there. It has a DNA that is pretty familiar. If you love, those aquatic type of fragrances, you're going to love this. Yara Tus is also on number 7 in terms of rating, guys, because this has mango and all the good stuff, creaminess and all. It screams tropical. It is a little bit of too much of a good thing. Maybe test it out before you purchase it. Next one is an absolute love. It's only on number 7, guys, this 99.9 by Lattafa, simply because this is a very different fragrance. It's not the sort that I want to wear every day, but it's a sort that if it went missing in my collection, I'd have to replace it. So it's here, guys, rated number 7. Another one on 7th position is Oud Mood Reminiscence, simply because it's a DNA that they flipped and played around with a lot. Lattafa themselves as a company, but I do absolutely love and adore this one. Baha Extrait also sits on my number 7 in terms of rating. This one is good for both men and women. It draws its inspiration from 1 Million Lucky, but it does have a prominent tuberose note there that gives it like a bubblegum accord, something that I absolutely, crave from time to time. Another one that is a favorite of mine, but takes 7th position, is going to be Adeeb. If you can get your hands on it, please do. It is a citrus, but it has a lot of different things going on in there, a lot of twists and turns, and I have full reviews of this fragrance. The last one that made it on the 7th position is Honor and Glory. I just decided to put Honor and Glory on number 7, guys, because it has that squeechy accord that needs me to get used to. However, it is promising. They're way in the dry down. It is a beautiful fragrance, so it took number 7th position for that reason. Fragrances I thought to drop as taking 6th position they're simply because they have like a DNA fatigue when it comes to those fragrances. However, they still are beautiful. By DNA fatigue, I'm going to give you this as an example. Rugba has been around the block. We all fell for Rugba. We loved Rugba. It's a beautiful fragrance, but it is one that if you speak of now, some people may actually frown at you for saying, oh, you really love Rugba? Really? Mine has darkened simply because it's a vanilla forward fragrance. Next up, on 6th position, because of DNA fatigue, is going to be Aziza. This I had to drop at number 6 because it's a Carolina Herrera Good Girl DNA, and we have used that one over and over again. There's been a gazillion copies out there. Beautiful fragrance, cannot fault it, but it just had to take, that mid position for that reason. A Confidential Private Gold. Who hasn't used Kirke, guys? This is in the same vein as a Tiziana Terenzi's Kirke, and it's a DNA that we are pretty much tired of, really, but it is a beautiful fragrance nonetheless. Another one I had to drop there on number 6 is going to be Aura, simply because it's a Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA. They have variations of the Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA, and in the Lattafa range, I'm going to say this is the utmost favorite of mine, the best out there. Affection is another one that I absolutely love, but because I already have the Yum Pistachio Gelato DNA, it didn't make it, guys, right there at the top. And did I go crazy about Yum Pistachio myself? Not necessarily so. Affection is sitting on a 6th position in terms of rating. Opulent Musk also made it to 6th position in terms of rating of all my Lattafas, because again, it kind of is like a punched up version with wafts of that BR540. Next up is going to be Rela Lattafa. I love this fragrance. It's not bad at all. It's just on 6th position because I'm not going to be wearing this one every day. It has that masculine accord, masculine thing around it, but it's a fruity floral. Our Noble Saphir, guys, takes 6th position in terms of rating because it's a busy citrus. I smelled a lot of citruses, right? So That's all. That's the reason why it is on number 6. Now let's move on to those that I rated at 5th position. So we're midway, guys. Number 5 means we're now going downwards. But these particular ones I'm going to show you as taking 5th position are not awful fragrances. They're fragrances that I would not recommend, but am I absolutely crazy about them? Not really. So Qaid Al Fasan is one of those that made it at number 5, guys, position in terms of rating, because this is too much of a good thing. This is cream, butter, coconut, tropical. It is a fragrance that's a bit busy, doing a little too much there. So I didn't want to just take this one and, you know, put it right there at the top of the pedestal and then maybe have you guys blind buying it and thinking, this is just a little bit too much, bordering on nauseating. This one is Hala. Hala is beautiful, masculine leaning there. A bit of one of those fragrances that you've smelled a lot of times before, so it's not that special. It does also have a little bit of a Middle Eastern touch there because of spices, so that is why I thought to drop it at position number 5 in terms of rating. And then, of course, our Mahashan Silver, a DNA that has been done a gazillion times, guys, drawing its inspiration off Creed Silver Mountain Water. This is a fragrance that some of you might not find special, and so do I from time to time. So it is on a 5th position in terms of rating. Sator, this is a fragrance that has DNA in line with bitter peach, but there is some twists and turns in there. So it's okay. I haven't reached out for it, but it's not enough for me to say it's awful. The next one, drawing its inspiration from Herba Puree, is going to be I Am White from the Anna Abiad range. I'm tired of Herba Puree, honestly. I do not hate this fragrance, but I just don't use it that much. The last one sitting on 5th position in terms of rating is going to be Al Maknoon. This I put on 5th position not because I personally don't like it. I'm going to show you my dent. I absolutely love this fragrance, but I feel for a lot of people it's a fragrance that needs testing. So that is why I rated it 5th position. Now the fragrances I decided to put on 4th position in terms of favorites, guys, are because these you may need to use for isolated or certain occasions. These may not be your everyday type of fragrances. I know Amir Al Oud Intense, for instance, is one fragrance that a lot of people are completely obsessed with, but I just had to put mine legit on number 4 because it's a fragrance that I have to think of. It's got to be a very cold day. I've got to be in the mood to smell very smoky, and because of that, it kind of sits at the back of my perfume counter. So Amir Al Oud Intense is sitting on 4th position in terms of favorites. Khalad is another thick, polarizing, fruity fragrance that doesn't know when to cut it out. This is sweet, kind of chokes you right there on your neck. You kind of feel like you have taken an overdose of something that is very, very sweet. A fragrance that some people can totally fall in love with, but you gotta make sure you love sweet fragrances. This is Velvet Oud. I just have it, guys, because it's one of those very first Lattafas that I bought in my collection, and it did kind of fall there and get damaged, so I don't use it that much and I cannot gift it to anybody. So it's here and it's on 4th position in terms of rating. Inspired, of course, by Oud Bouquet is going to be this one, Sheikh Al Shayuk Luxe Edition. It's again the same Oud mood type of DNA, just being swished around. So for that reason, this one is sitting on the 4th position. And now this one is on 4th position simply because of how oud it is. But if you like fragrances like ombre leather, you're going to love this. This draws its inspiration from a Guerlain fragrance, but it's quite a weird one. Very leathery there, very masculine leaning. It's called Oud Al Sakhra. Now this Ajwad is here, guys, because it's one of those squeechy fragrances, doing the most as well, very Middle Eastern leaning there with wafts or something that's going to give you a roses, vanille kind of thing, but then taking twists and turns that can be a little bit heady for some people, right? The last one that I decided to rate 4th, and unfortunately with a heavy heart, is going to be Oud Mood. This is a fragrance, guys, that kind of initiated me into these Lattafa fragrances, or the obsession for the Lattafas, but because it's just been overly done and it comes across as very heady, very screechy, a fragrance that announces you when you are across the road. That's what you get from Oud Mood. It's just the screechiness, guys, that made me put it on 4th position. On 3rd position in terms of rating are fragrances that got themselves there because some I will not use. They're not that memorable. The other ones have been reformulated, and the same company, Lattafa, has given us better versions of them. And the other ones have got DNAs that are pretty ordinary. So it's not like the sort of fragrance that I'm going to miss. There aren't a lot of them. I think there's 6 or 7. The first one's going to be just so, guys, I've got to make a face. Look at what happened to this one. This one broke while I was putting this video together. Actually, while I was bringing them into the closet, this one broke. So I just thought to bring it here to show you that, please, if you have this fragrance, don't lift it by the cap. I lifted mine by the cap, and what I was left with in my hands was just a cap. So this one is here, guys, because it has a DNA that is pretty common. That is why I had to put it here on 3rd position. The next one that made it to 3rd position with a DNA that is not that common but pretty weird is going to be this one. Tharwah is a fragrance that after I bought, let me show you, I haven't used that much. Okay, this has got that metallic kind of thing there that makes me forget about it, really. It's okay, but I would say you test this one before you purchase it. Another one that is on 3rd position is the Tharwah. This is a fragrance that very few people talk about. It's not very common, but it's basically a BR 540 take there with like spices, almost trying to be like Oud for Glory, but not exactly Oud for Glory. So I really don't care for it, guys. It's on 3rd position. This one is here because it is minty, very aromatic. Let me just open the top and spray it. Minty, very aromatic there, very masculine as well, very masculine. Now I get why I put it on number 3. Okay, so this is anti-fakat in the same vein as D1, if I'm not mistaken. The next one is going to be a fragrance that I had to put on number 3 with a heavy heart. I was completely obsessed about Anna Ameed Rouge, guys, until Lattafa decided to drop Aura for us. When they did drop Aura for us, that was the end of my relationship with Anna Ameed Rouge. But it's a beautiful, gentle take on Baccarat Rouge 540. The last one, guys, that took the 3rd position in terms of rating is going to be Raw Human. I don't know what Lattafa was trying to do with this one. Leather and apricots, I guess. It's all leather and fruit. But it's a fragrance that doesn't speak to me that much. So in as much as it's one of their latest editions, I really don't care for it, and it's on 3rd position in terms of rating. Now these are on number 2, and do take note that we started from the creme de la creme and is going downhill now, because this is number 2, right? Some of you guys are going to completely love these fragrances, but I really don't care much for them because of certain reasons, which I'm going to give you now. Iman is here, guys, because it's too floral for me. It is just florals, and that's the beginning and the end of it, I guess. So I thought to put this one on number 2 because, honestly speaking, I think I've sprayed this one just twice, which is when I was testing it out and when I did a review of it, maybe 3 times. And that was it. Next up is Winner's Trophy. This one is not a fragrance that I can really define. It's okay, but not enough for me to run to the store and buy it in full size. So this one is also sitting on number 2. I do not reach out for, and I wonder what Lattafa was trying to do with this one, is Rave Now, the blue one. They called this one intense. It's masculine leaning. It's all over the place. That is why it's on number 2 least favorites. This one, guys, I do not hate. It's just that this is a musk, and it's a musk that is very fruity. And because of that, if you buy this one expecting, an outright musk, it might confuse you there. So that is the only reason why I thought to put it on a 2nd position. Another one is this one, which is the friend, of course, to that one. This is just an oody take on the mishmash, things that Lattafa always present to us. Their juice is there, so this is going to be familiar. If you've used Lattafa's, this is not going to wow you. It's just going to come across as a dar. This is Ru'ud Al Oud. Another one that I put on a 2nd is going to be Musk Mood, simply because you've got to love musk. It's just a musk, plain and simple, nothing much going on there. The other one is going to be Safwan Loutre Oud. This is just oud and vanilla, I guess. It's not a fragrance that's memorable, and you can see by the dent I haven't used it that much. The next one's going to be Elite Just White. This one is taking the bullet because it's just a gym scent. Nothing to write home about there. So I just thought to drop it on number 2. And then this one is here, not because I did not like it. This one is called Pure Oudi, but it's the one that has the nozzle that malfunctioned. So I don't care for it anymore. So those are the ones that I decided to drop on number 2 in terms of rating. Now we're moving on to number 1, which is the ones that I honestly, hand on heart, really do not care for. So the ones I've put here are the sort of fragrances that I'm going to say were a waste of my money. The first one's going to be Kashaf. This is just patchouli, a lot of patchouli. This is a fragrance that is confusing. It's waxy. I really don't have time for it, but it's here in my collection because I just, basically bought it. Rave, the red one, says nothing to me. This one's called Rave Rouge. It's kind of sweet. It's kind of not even that sweet. It's just a fragrance that's just there. It feels like a mixture of 1,000 fragrances, but not able to say anything. Shaheen Gold, very screechy to my nose, so screechy to an extent that I think this one corrupted me enough not to like the Honor and Glory, because I do get traces of Honor and Glory in this fragrance. There is that thing in this one that makes me think of Shaheen Gold in Honor and Glory. Al Shamouk, the fragrance itself is not bad, but the presentation is awful. It's got the sticky rubbery thing going on there, and I just don't care for it that much. If you watch my channel, you know how I feel about Yara Moi. I couldn't care less for this fragrance. I love to give people things that I genuinely love. This is a fragrance I don't know who I can even give, because I just don't like the way the peach interprets, the popcorn note interprets in this fragrance. Salty all over the place. Amir, I don't know what they were going for, but all I can say is masculine leaning, spicy, a bit Middle Eastern leaning there. And then of course there is the much hyped Ajaib Dubai, a confused concoction of everything trying to speak at the same time, interpreting almost like tar. Now that I look at it, it is just a fragrance that's doing too much. It's smoky, it's butterscotchy, it's sweet, it's sticky, it's everything at the same time. So, and then it has pineapple, of course. So I don't really care for Ajaib Dubai, guys. And then there is a Masa of their latest Lattafa Pride collection. I'm so happy I bought you in a mini, because I honestly don't care for this one. I don't know what they were going for. When a fragrance, needs me to work at it, to kind of like figure it out and really try to reason with it, I really don't care for it. So that is why Masa is here. And then the last one, of course, is Lattafa Safran Loutre Musk. Okay, another one that speaks nothing to me. And those are the least favorites in my collection. CeeChronicles is my name, guys. Those were 100 Lattafas of mine rated in one video. Let me know which ones you like from this particular video, which ones you would totally buy based on the descriptions. Do turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video, guys. Like and share this one, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.